Yeah, here's Gray, open three, good!
I like what Manny does when he catches the basketball. He's got the shot fake going, get the defender off of his feet, and then finding the shooter on his penetration.
Stephen Gray with 7 points as David Stockton picks up his first personal foul at the other end. That's 14 fouls now on Gonzaga. Nice pump fake by Arop. Great vision here. And Stephen Gray, the open three from the wing. Gonzaga with the early lead. It's Arby's trivia question. Which of these important Gonzaga firsts took place on March 6th of 1995? Was it the first NC2A tourney berth, the first jersey retired in school history, first nationally broadcast home game, or the first official sellout of the kennel? Text your answer 1, 2, 3, or 4 to 27297. Standard text messaging rates will apply. If you're a Zag fan, that's a pretty easy one.
Well, I'm going to test your trivia here. I'm going to give you a question. How many home victories, WCC home victories, has Gonzaga won in a row so far? 22. You didn't know that. But 48 of the 49.
I know who last beat him here.
Who was that?
Santa Clara.
Oh, that's right. I was going to say St. Mary's.
Hannibal with the finish inside for Portland. Hannibal now with 4 points.
Yeah, so the Zags, what I was going to say, though, is when they take on the WCC, most teams that come in here have very little chance of beating Gonzaga on their home court.
Yeah, league games, Gonzaga's 41-1 on this floor. Sikma the rebound. This is Douglas in the open floor. Bounce pass, Hannibal. Lay in. What's the call? Offensive foul.
How about that?
Wow, David Stockton.
Okay, look at the size difference. How about Stockton staying in there? 6'10", 270 pounds coming down the middle. Stockton gets his feet set.
That's almost unfair, though, Chris. I mean, that's what, I guess, they got to get that thing instituted where they put the bubble under the basket, right? I mean, David, great play by Mr. Stockton and got the call, and bravo, but we're not supposed to be homers here. He was deep under that hoop.
Yeah, and Hannibal actually did make a good move, almost going to his left, taking away the contact from David, but David had enough guts to stand in there and take that charge from a 300-pound guy.
Oh, tremendous guts that kid has. Rob Zachary with a couple of moves there, earning the trip to the free throw line. Modest Merninghoff on the floor for the first time for Gonzaga. Missed the last couple with an ankle injury. And here's an 80% free throw shooter, a 7-footer shooting over 80% for Gonzaga. Live out your dream of playing for the Zags by attending the Gonzaga Fantasy Camp April 29th through May 1st of 2011. Walk in the footsteps of all the great Zags before you with this once-in-a-lifetime experience. Details and registration at gozags.com/fantasy. He's good at the line, Craig.
Yeah,
it's a weapon when you've got a post player that can shoot free throws.
I totally agree because the offense will definitely go through him for a long period of time. They always like to go inside first, and if he's got some scoring ability, he can draw the foul. That's almost 2 points automatically.
Turnover number 8 for Portland.
Boy, this is just they're going to shoot themselves in the foot. Look at this. This is not a bad, hard pass. I mean, there's a little bit of pressure, but that's just, I mean, you got to pull the guy on that. And I mean, say, come on, Luke, you got to get
that's not a little bit stronger.
That's not a tough pass.
It was a bad pass. It just had to be.
Just step through the double team and make a pass to your teammate.
You got to execute a little better than that. Olynyk off on the three. Sikma the rebound. This is Waterford. Mitrovic firing the three. Boy, I tell you, that kid is deadly from out there. 55% from three. He's hit 2 in this game with 10 minutes to play first half.
That was a transition catch and shoot through.
Arop is off on that shot. Sikma the rebound. Portland now trying to put together a couple of possessions. Mitrovic to the post to Hannibal. Olynyk catching up, squaring up. Hannibal with the left hand, won't get the roll. Tipped around, grabbed by Zachary.
He just tiptoed up there to get that rebound that time.
Arop, another three. Manny wanting the slap on the hand.
I'm glad he shot that. He's missed a couple of them when they didn't look too good, but he doesn't want to get timid out there. He's got to keep shooting. He was wide open, and he's got to build that confidence.
Yeah, Arop shooting it well from behind the arc at 44%. Here's Stoll, speaking of shooting it well. Jared Stoll with his 49th three-point make of the season. Yeah,
those two combined now with 95 total makes leads the country in a backcourt tandem.
Goodson for three. That one's off the rim. Both teams settling now for the outside shot, Craig. Both teams with great post players. Both offenses begin on the inside and work to the outside, and both teams shooting it from behind the arc.
Well, I hope they can hear you, because we're not seeing any of that right now. I mean, the inside play is just totally out of the books. I'm sure both coaches want that ball to go inside before they start just firing up threes.
Waterford, who stole. Murninghoff there defensively. Stoll leans in, missed the shot, tipped around, and tipped back in by Sacre.
So the closest guy, when you do that, you come out and you raise your hand so the announcer or the scores table knows that I was the one that tipped it in. The closest guy to it for Portland will get credited.
It's back to a 4-point game in Spokane, and Craig GU has taken 3-pointers for their last 6 shots.
Yeah, that's just that's not GU. Yeah, that's not what they want to do. And
I think people oftentimes perceive Gonzaga as being a 3-point shooting program. But if you go back to the days of Blake Stepp, Violette, Turioff, that great run by those great players all started on the inside and work out, and Mark Few's been about that his whole career.
Yeah, and it was fun when I was talking with Coach Few at shoot-around today. He said these two guys, Stoll and Mitrovic, reminds him of that Blake Stepp and Dan Dickow team that he had. And the way they shoot the ball. But you're exactly right. They had the luxury of those Corey Violettes and Ronnie Turioffs that took up the inside where the teams tried to collapse in the paint and really defend that. So it helps when you got a post player that can draw that kind of attention. Because if you're a good shooter, it'll open up the outside shooting for you.
That's why Derek Rivio was such a great 3-point shooter at Gonzaga. Because of the post players like J.P. Batista, feed the post, kick out to the open shooter.
Isn't that the truth? Yep.
So Gonzaga back on offense with their 4-point lead. Gray driving off the glass, a chance for 3.
Well, Steven is definitely feeling healthy again.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, I think the first couple of games I watched him when he just got back, he was really stiff and just kind of not moving well.
7:56 to play first half. Gonzaga with a 6-point lead, a chance for 7 when we come back. The recipe that why we see the game that we see so far.
Yeah, the lead is definitely because of the turnovers by Portland. They cannot mishandle the basketball and expect to be, close in this ball game. Yeah, I think the turnovers it's easy to say. And then you look at some of the losses this season. The teams that they lost to are teams that took them out of their comfort zone, and that was something that they talked about at shoot-around today. Pressure them, take them out of their comfort zone, see if they'll turn the ball over.
Stephen Gray at the free throw line. And now into double figures with that free throw. 10 points, and Gonzaga's lead is at 7. Goodson on Rogers, and now Sigma dribbling around Sacre right to the rim. Great steal by Knutson, and Sigma scores for Portland.
Yeah, Knutson came over. He was supposed to flash, but the pressure by Robert out top, Luke, he's got to be aware that can put the ball on the floor, and when he did, he got by Robert.
Sigma now with 4 points. Here's Harris back into the game for GU with 2 personal fouls. Murninghoff in and out, back in. Modis, a 51% shooter from behind the arc, his first attempt and his first make of this game.
Yeah, I think Coach Few really wants Modis Murninghoff to hunt for shots, look for shots, because you are shooting so well, you've got to go hunt for them.
Harris, Sigma actually somehow got it to Knutson.
Yeah, usually you're too close. When they're like that, then the pass won't be made. But Robert's got great position.
Stephen Gray feeling it from behind the arc. He's got 13, leads all scorers.
Well, I think they missed an opportunity to get Robert the basketball. He had Knutson way up the lane, locked and sealed, but Stephen, like you said, is feeling it. Didn't hesitate.
And he's that kind of player, Craig, that scores points in bunches. As Stoll just fires a three. That was really deep. Here's Goodson with Harris. Skip Murninghoff, three. Good! Reveno with a timeout for Portland.
You know, that was a well-planned break. You had your shooter going to the corner. You had Meach with the basketball, finding the shooter after the penetration and getting the basketball. Watch this. Just penetrate. Watch the defense all get in there, and Murninghoff's over there in the corner. He just made one from over there, so. And you've always said he likes the corners. So
he does love the corners. Gonzaga's on a 9-2 run. And Gonzaga now has made their last 4 of 5 shots from behind that arc. They're 6 of 12 for the game.
They are not, like you said, season-wise, shooting three-pointers. I meant they're a pretty good shooting three-point shooting team. 39% is a good team.
As we take a look at the best shooters by percentage in the West Coast Conference, Mitrovic for Portland, there's Murninghoff for Gonzaga, and Stoll at number 5.
Yeah, 3 of them in the top 5 are definitely right here in the building with us.